Well, hello, my beautiful people. Welcome to your yearly 2026 reading. We're going to do the 12 houses. This is going to be every house that you can align with. Okay, and I'm going to go right through it with you before we actually start with the reading, so you just have like a little bit of know-how of how this actually works. You can watch it as many times as you want, and also it's completely white behind me. I don't know if you can see it, but it's like winter wonderland here in Holland, and it hasn't been like that since 2021. So fresh new start, and it took some days, and I'm sure to feel that way too. Now, what we're going to do for each and every one of you, I'm going to go through the whole cycle of the 12 houses, starting from the first house and how that is going to impact you. So this is going to be a general start of what you can expect or what you need to know. And then in the second half of the portion, I will go into depth for your zodiac sign. And for those that want to go a little bit deeper, I will do an extended as well. Now, let's get started with how this spread works. So I'm going to go through all the houses, starting off with the first house, which is all about the self. It's all about how you present yourself to the outside world, your core individual self and your principles. Okay, that's like the Aries house is the first house, how you come across to other people. And this may actually have some radical changes as well. The way that you are fierce, the way that you put yourself out there, the way you communicate, and what you actually show the world. Okay, and this could be like a lot of radical changes that you make, or actually you can go a little bit inward. We're going to look at that with the tarot. Now, the second house is Taurus energy, and that's all about your assets. It's all about your luxury. It's all about like what you have in financial goals, how you actually move forward, making your practical plans towards the future, and what you will gain in terms of extra luxury, or even like the way you eat, the way you nurture yourself, and the way that you are tied to material assets in your life. Okay, so this is going to be very, very important. Now, the third house is obviously the house of Gemini, which all rules communication. It rules, I don't even know why I have these cards. It's just like for the 12 signs, but it's like most of us already know most of it, but still it's good to have a little bit of insight before you go into your zodiac depth. Okay, so this is all about your communication, your friendships, your siblings, the way that you are in social environments, all the things that will be changing in your connections and on social media, the way that you broadcast yourself, okay, the way that you will sharpen your communication with the people around you, but also internally, obviously. Okay, so it's all about communication. And then we have the fourth house, which is obviously Cancer. Okay, and Cancer is all about the home life. It's all about our emotional warmth, and we just had that Cancer full moon, and a lot of you may have felt that feeling of emotional safety. Where can I actually be myself on an emotional state? Are you allowed to actually feel in a certain way, or feel even emotions, or do you get rejected for that? Okay, everything that revolves around the way that you have been in your upbringing, your home life, the bond with your mother, which very, very important. The bond with your mother, how has that actually affected you as a person, affected you when it comes to your traumas, right? There's a lot of energy that contains the roots. Okay, like what are your roots? Are you connected to your roots, right? Like these type of symptoms could come up for you to take care of it. Okay, but this is all about the family, the home life, your house, your home, your temple. Okay, like these matters. Now, the fifth house is Leo, which is the entertainer. Okay, this is all about the passion, the love, the excitement, the being in the middle of tension, and what you do with that, right? This is very, very important. I remember that last year I had the Hermit coming out. It was like, I don't want to be in the attention, but still I got in the attention mode. But still, it's about how you actually wanted to live a non-entertainment life for others, for yourself, but still, you got a lot of wisdom out of it, right? So the fifth house, the lover, right? So we are going to check in with how passionate your connections is going to be when it comes to your love life as well. And well, yeah, again, performance, entertainment, and creativity is also going to be a part of that, but most likely it's going to be all about your love affairs and your love life. Right, then we have the sixth house, Virgo energy, which is all about your work, self-nurture, your daily routines, right? Your daily health, your well-being, how you deal with yourself, how you nurture yourself, your diet, but also your work discipline, right? How disciplined are you? How programmed are you? How, yeah, all of that energy is going to be talked about in your daily rituals, which also talks about your spiritual rituals. Okay, a little bit of water. Right, then we have the seventh house, which is all about your relationship with others, your contracts, your Libra energy, which is also about maybe people pleasing. How far will you go with pleasing people? All right. So this is all about like your marriage as well. Like if you are married or if you're going to get married, right? Like all the deep connections that really ask you to have a real commitment, right? Like real responsibility within that commitment. Okay. So that is going to be all about Libra, also all about like how well you maintain the harmony with other people, how socially harmonious you will be, right? And also, of course, justice and karma will be ruling the seventh house, all right? Now, the eighth house is all about intimacy, Scorpio energy that rules the underworld. And it's all about your transformation. Okay, like the depth of your transformation, shedding the old and going through that dark night of the soul, but also like being very attached to something that really is passionate to you, right? Like this is where you will feel the most when it comes to your energy and your passion and even maybe your addictions or your obsessiveness, all right? Like that type of deep energies will be highlighted in the eighth house, but also it rules money, it rules legacy, it rules the hierarchy, like things that are a little bit dark at nature, but those energies, the shadows that really transform you into a new and better person. That's when the phoenix rises. Okay, so yeah, it's all about that mystery type of energy, and obviously also the investments that you make when it comes to money, because Scorpio is very, it's like Pinter, they're like very secure, they know how to get their security in check through the dark times, through that shadow work, through that underworld type of suppression that they have in like being obsessively hunting your ambitions. You know what I mean? Like that type of energy. And then we have Sagittarius and my washing machine that's just like being always the party in the house. I don't even know if you can hear it or not, but it's like Sagittarius is just like walking around as if life is the party, right? Like, and that's what we do. I'm Sagittarius myself, so that you know. But yeah, that's all about expansion. It's all about your travel, it's the higher self, your higher wisdom, and everything that comes with enjoying things in the most positive way and being happy with just being able to philosophy, right? Like that's actually what makes us the most happy. Like obviously, if you really check if you are happy or not, when are you the most happiest? It's actually when you really can talk about like the deep stuff, the deep spiritual stuff, the psyche stuff, things that most people don't say. It's the truth seeker, right? Like the truth should be spoken, and Sagittarius will not fail at truth speaking. Matter of fact, if anyone that tries to call like a Sagittarius a liar is like, okay, well, your world is a lie if you think that a Sagittarius will lie, because their biggest flaw is to be open and honest and direct, right? So this is your directness and your movement. And honestly, we are just entering the horse season, or the horse year actually, which is all about momentum. And obviously Sagittarius, half horse, half human. Sagittarius, you better get things going this year. Okay, so anyway, this is all about your luck and, well, the way that you perceive life, and don't allow any form of negativity to get to you. Shake it off and move forward, right? So yeah, the wisdom of Sagittarius, the voyager, okay? And then we move to the 10th house, which is all about your reputation. Is Capricorn energy. It's all about your career, your long-term goals, your legacy, the way that you are in authority of your life, of your finances, of your dreams, and how hard you actually work in order to gain that, right? That's your 10th house. It's all about your reputation. Like, people trying to damage your reputation because of jealousy, yeah, that is a part of the 10th house energy, but it is ruled by Saturn, and Saturn is the big papa of karma. So even if people have been trying to do that out of jealousy, out of envy, out of spite, out of, misuse of power, Capricorn energy, Saturn energy rules all about that, and will absolutely give everyone their fair share and their fair credit. Okay, so whatever responsibilities, whatever achievements, whatever career goals you have, we're going to look into that in the 10th house of Capricorn. Okay, and then we have another sip of water. Then we have the beautiful energy of Aquarius. And Aquarius have been with that Uranus, like in the past years, has been doing some crazy shifts and radical changes. And that what we're going to look at, especially personally to you. But this is a house that rules friendships, okay, group activities, group circulations, your environment, your social environment, okay. But it also is the innovator. It's the technology nerd sometimes, and comes up with like the greatest ideas and makes like changes that will be for everyone involved. All right, like the changes that Aquarius can make, it affects like group dynamics, it affects like the communities, okay, or just the, wow, I just forgot the word, collective, the collective. Why would that be? How can a reader like me forget the word collective? So maybe there is going to be something shifting within that, because the last couple of years it has been all about the collective, the collective movement, the collective ideas, the collective changes. There is something within that. Maybe it will turn a lot of people more inward, rather than just being the sheep of, going after the collective's idea or collective's opinion. Okay, that's definitely a good download right now. But yeah, communities, that's what you need to keep in mind. And then we have the Piscean energy. The Piscean energy, the dreamer of the zodiac, the always forgiver, the healer, the subconscious one, the one that nobody really understands, the one that is also always sensitive, the one that lacks sometimes a little bit of boundary, or the distinguished energy of like the good and the bad, the high and the low, heaven and hell. Like there is this polarity that's going on, right? Like that what we see also like in the Piscean energy, it's like the yin and the yang, right? So this is about your balance in the spiritual sense. It's all about your subconscious, your intuition, your third eye, your chakras, your way of connecting with the higher realm of spirituality, but also the way that you are compassionate first to yourself and then to others. First forgiving yourself and then others. So yeah, also rules the big karma, okay, the big baggage. What have you been dragging into 2026 that you needed to left behind? And that will be your sacrifice as well. We need to make the right decisions, right? What do we re-enter into our year of 2026? That is going to be a choice that will be ruling the whole year as well. That is also I want to say the garbage of the karma. Wow, that sounds another download. The garbage of karma. Why not? We're just, we're going through it. But yeah, your Akashic Records is also included in that. Your Akashic Records is all about the past life integration, your ancestral language, past life. Okay, what are you bringing into this lifetime that you actually need to resolve? And how do we know that we resolve that? It's when we keep on continuing to receive or get the same situations with different type of people. And instead of looking like, okay, why am I attracting that, or why does this happen to me, we actually go internally and in depth to actually heal that pattern and heal and release that karma, the karmic bonds. Yes. And your connection to spirit, your prayers, the way that you believe in God and the universe, the heaven, your manifestations, like all the things that you need from the subconscious world to stay anchored in this world, right? The meaning of life, the meaning of why we are here to complete a chapter. Wow, that was fun. That was really fun. And trust me, I didn't even I haven't done this for quite some years, this one. And I didn't even go through the names. It's just like that passion that just comes in, So what we're going to do, I hope you made it till this point. Thank you so much for listening to this. And we're going to go with the tarot over in all the houses and see what is going to happen for you as a zodiac sign. And there is going to be an extra pull in the middle of it that will highlight which houses will be the most relevant for you. Okay, so get ready, get your popcorn, get your tea, get your coffee, and let's kick it. All right, welcome Virgo to your 12th house reading. We are going to start with your reading. And yes, I still have my little Christmas tree because for us Armenians, it's actually the 6th of January. So that's the time that I am actually recording this reading. So you may see it a little bit later on, but you will know that that's our Epiphany Day and Christmas Day. So Merry Christmas to all of you that do celebrate it also on or around the 6th. Right, the first house for you, my lovely Virgo, what is going on for you? How will you present yourself, your physical self, to the outside world? What's your self-image? How would you come across? Oh, we've got a reversal. The 8 of Pentacles reversed. ¿Por qué? Oh, so there might be some sort of self-work that you are avoiding, or maybe avoiding taking more responsibility on you. Maybe you've been overloaded or snowed under with a lot of responsibility, and this year you will kind of maybe also even have like this nonchalant energy, right? Like not taking everyone's problem on you, not working on fixing everyone around you, being a little bit more like, well, that's your problem type of energy, instead of like constantly being there for everyone to just, for you to work on. That could be the only thing that I can think of that Eight of Pentacles reverse. Yeah, and this is what you need to do. Stop taking on other people's problems and responsibilities to fix it. I feel like you are the one in the zodiac, and probably a lot of people have seen this, but mostly you, Virgo, you have been taking on other people's energies and make it yours. And this is going to be a time where you kind of like stop putting all the effort into other people and actually really do the inner work. And that is going to be your justice, because justice says that by not doing that, you're actually maintaining the balance within yourself, taking self accountability also when it comes to, maybe you can be feeling lazy and all of that. This could be like a year where you feel like, oh, I don't want to, because it's a very opposite energy of the horse, right? Like Virgo is a little bit more introverted, but then like the fire momentum keeps on pushing you, and you're like, I don't want to be pushed right now. You know what I mean? So the Justice card is absolutely an energy of always needing to look at the situation from a fair perspective. Like, does this person truly deserve my generosity, my loyalty, my work, my dedication to them? Like, you will be constantly weighing yourself up, but also always make the right decision for yourself as well as everyone else involved. Okay, so very much in harmony. People will see you as someone that chooses fairly how to invest your time, energy, and effort and dedication. Okay, interesting. The second house for Virgo, the house of assets. Ooh, love it. The Magician. Ooh la la. That's you really manifesting a lot of the material world, material harvest that you've been working towards. A lot of manifestations will come through in terms of like what you want, in terms of luxury, in terms of material gain, in terms of assets. All right, you have all the power within yourself to create that security for yourself. Now, the Seven of Wands is also a part of this. Like, I feel like you will be very aware of your power, of your manifestation skills, and of all the things that you own, right? Because material aspects of life are also a form of boundary. And I feel like with the Seven of Wands, you will be asserting a form of boundary and protection over the things that you have manifested, right? Do not allow people to downgrade your manifestations or downgrade what you have built up for yourself just because they don't have it. That's going to be like a very distinguished energy where you're going to see like, okay, you're hating on it because you don't have it. So I need to protect myself from the outside energies. So the protection energy comes of you being way more protected about your material things. And obviously, I feel and sense that people could be taking that as like, oh, like, why are you being so greedy? Well, because I worked for it and you didn't. That's kind of like the end of the deal, right? You know what I mean? So yeah, not in the sense of arrogance, but it's like, if people don't own the things that you have, but they are judging it, but they don't have it themselves, like, no, no, we're not going to do that. You're not a doormat. And I feel like this second house is saying like, you stop being a doormat for people that feel like, oh, well, you got something nice there, so let me just take it. Like, let me just take it. You got it already. No, we're not going to do that this year, Virgo. Going to be very cautious, and if needed, a little bit stingy with your stuff. And that's not bad. Okay, it's absolutely not bad. It's necessary. Because it's like your values. Okay, like, just because you value what you have does not make you materialistic. That's what I want to point out as a last word. Nine of Cups in your third house, love. Okay, that's nice. You will be able to really speak up to your friends, family, siblings, the way that you speak about what you desire. So maybe in the last year, it was all about you listening to them and what they want and how they want it. But this year, you're going to switch it around. This year is going to be like, you speaking from gratefulness also, but also in terms of what you need, require, and want. Right. Let's say, for example, that you have been in a relationship or dating or whatsoever, and they always talk about themselves and what they require, and you always are there to give, generously. But this year you're going to be more like, no, 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 this is what I need, this is what I want, but it's going to be in a playful way. It's not in a demanding way. Just like, if you can, these are my wishes, and if you can't give that to me or align yourself with me, then it's fine. You'll make a joke about it and you'll move on. So you're going to be very lighthearted in your communication, very open-minded, funny, okay, and also focused a lot on gratefulness, gratitude, wishes, speaking positively about yourself, about others. I love that. Good start, mate. Good start. You've done some New Year's resolutions there, Virgo. The fourth house, the house of Cancer, the roots, family, home, your comfort, the way you treat yourself, self-love, self-care. Oh, the King of Cups. Oh, the Three of Pentacles. Lovely energies coming through for you. Look at you really standing your ground on things here. Emotionally, I see you being very fulfilled within wherever you are, okay? Like within your home life, within your family dynamic. Even if there has been a lot of emotions up and down, this year you're going to really have emotional safety and security, which is super important, okay? We just had that Cancer full moon this month, right? And that was all about like, how emotionally secure do you actually feel around people, or when you do allow people into your home and you cook for them and you do all these beautiful things to them, how secure do you feel in terms of how are you being allowed to express your emotions without being judged? These elements are going to be very important for you this year, where you know exactly who you can build on in terms of your emotional safety, in terms of the way that you love, but also love yourself. And you're going to be allowing people also to help you. Rather than you doing all the work, you're going to allow them to also help you in, regulating your emotions, not feeling triggered when people, say something about your emotional state. You might be also living together or getting to an agreement contract with a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, and there is going to be a mutual understanding and teamwork in that sense. That is beautiful. I see that your habits are going to be surreally around your emotional well-being. And this is the best card to have in the fourth house. It's the King of Cups. It's like the King of the Cups, and the Cups is Cancer. So bravo on that. Really. The fifth house, we have the Four of Pentacles, the Ten of Cups, and the Queen of Wands. I do see a little bit of conflict or jealousy around you, people that are, constantly arguing, maybe about maybe arguing about you or causing some sort of jealousy, but you know exactly when you are out and about, when you are enjoying yourself, you're in the middle of the center, you're gonna know exactly when to shut up, when to go quiet, when to retreat yourself and just enjoy the show or enjoy what is going on internally. There is like a lot of happiness and joy around you, and you will know exactly when to shut off your vibration and your energy towards what kind of people, and you will know exactly that, like, to who you can be your authentic self, or be like your confident self, because you have the confidence card here, the Queen of Wands, and that means that when people are confident, right, when they are you know very expressive, very happy and joyful, you will notice that some people will see that as like, attention seeking, or they will see it as, all the judgments that they have about it, or they're like, no, she's actually insecure. Like, no, this is actually purely confident within oneself and knowing that you can also survive without these people, or even if you are in group activities or environments or entertainment industries, whatever the case is. The 10 of Cups represent you having really a lot of joy and fun, right? So if people are, mocking on that energy or trying to bring you down, you will know exactly how to shut them up. So it's not about you shutting up, but it's about knowing confidently how to shut them up, right? So you have learned a lot in this 2025. Going into 2026, you're about to really get on stage, honey. Your confidence is about to be put on stage. And yes, there are going to be people that are maybe going to be jealous, disliking it, trying to be argumentative, try to rip your energy apart, but you're just going to be so much intact and informed. Like, nothing can stop you this year, right? And trust me, not everyone had a good reading. Trust me on that. I just did. Leo did not had a good reading, and Cancer either. No, Leo was okay. Cancer was really. So trust me on that. I am not a sugarcoater. Absolutely not. I warn if I see some things that you need to be cautious of. But if it's good, I tell you the good as well. All right, the 6th house, which is your house, so you already know what that is about. We have the 4 of Swords at the bottom of the deck. The 4 of Swords is all about resting, healing, rejuvenating your energy, recovering. But your mind is going nonstop. So this is going to be a very difficult year for you in terms of getting your mind at stillness, or not allowing outside forces or outside interruptions kind of like get in the way of your daily routines at home, right? So this means that, let's say you need to do some things at the house and it's very important. However, your phone is constantly buzzing. People constantly ask your attention, and because of that, you're not able to finish your deadlines because you're just too busy with the outside world. So this year is going to be like you needing to know how to kind of like shut off that phone, turn it into silence, and to really do your practices, your rituals, your what you need to really invest in. All right, like your work ethics can be quite chaotic. Okay, I'm getting like a very chaotic living situation or work situation, or when it comes to you needing to organize things, you're constantly being, how do I say that? Like your concentration is going. It's like, you see what I can't get out of it. And it's like, that's what's going to happen. Or you're just like, oh, I was busy with something. And it's like, what did I try to take? I don't know, that kind of energy. And that's because outside forces are, buzzing you on the phone, or, uh, there is some sort of arguments constantly about how to do things, how to organize things with someone that you live maybe, or your boss, those type of situations could occur. So you need to polish a little bit of your skills when it comes to time management. 7 of Pentacles is absolutely time management. Make sure that you are able to complete the task, accomplish the task, because the world in the reverse is saying that a task is not accomplished due to chaos, and in like the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is sudden communication, rude people just like trying to argue, or even if they are trying to talk about their own love life with you, and you're just like, I need to finish this, and yet you're just like, okay, I need to be there for my friend, and it's like, no, you need to accomplish your tasks first, deadlines first. So harsh. Sorry being harsh on you, Virgo. Sorry for that. 7th house, the house of relationships, Libra energy. Oi, Ten of Swords. Something coming to an end. Some sort of contract is coming to an end here. You may feel betrayed in terms of, a partnership where you've been overgiven. And I feel like that's kind of like a little bit your team this year, to really know who to give to and who not. Okay. Even if this comes in a little bit sideways or in a painful ending, I see you with the Knight of Pentacles really being dedicated on rebuilding some partners in your life, or partnerships in your life. Maybe some relationship comes to an end, but it does not mean that you stop right there. You just like reflect on it. You see where you've been overdoing, overgiven, or over receiving, whatever the case is. In your case is giving. And the Knight of Pentacles is saying, like, you slowly rebuild your connections. You slowly rebuild your contracts with people. Karmically, there could be some sort of, ending that you didn't anticipate on. However, it is an ending that will rebuild you in your core values as well. Okay. And please be mindful of the Justice being in your first house with the Eight of Pentacles. Someone might have been also very lazy. Okay. Be mindful of that lazy energy, whether that's you or someone else. I get that suddenly. For those that are going to end the situation with a Libra, there is someone new coming into your life. Someone that could be also an Earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. Someone that will be solid, reliable, and consistent with you. Okay, you're ending relationships that are built on inconsistency this year. Okay, the 8th house, we have the Fool. So this is you maybe being a little bit more open. Hearing freak a leak. A freak under the sheets is what I'm hearing. So I don't know if that's, crossing your boundary here or not. I don't know, but I'm a messenger. Okay. So with the Fool there, you're just going to be a little bit more open to intimacy, a little bit more playful. Like, you are releasing all the, say, for example, maybe you had like a very traumatic experience in this area, which is the area of intimacy. But this year, you're going to be finally freed of that. Like, baggage free, garbage free. You know what I mean? Like, you're stepping into it lightheartedly, very new territory, explorative, adventurous. Okay. Yeah, and the Star, beautiful. Beautiful. There's a lot of healing energy, and I'm hearing really like sexual healing is going to take place. If I am allowed to say that, but I do see that it's going to be a very new experience for you, an experience of healing and something that you've never experienced before. So Kundalini rising and the spiral of that energy is going to take place in your intimate energy, sacral chakra energy, and that is going to put you on like a new field of the universe. Okay, like you're going to be on like another level. Like, wow, you really have a nice reading, actually. Very cohesive, very cohesive. The ninth house, that's the 10 of Pentacles. This is good. This is very good. But the ninth house with the 10 of Pentacles is quite the opposite energy. So either that means that if you didn't truly understand some family members or some people that you know for a long time, and I do feel like 10 of Pentacles is more like family oriented. Everyone had like a different mindset, different belief, different hierarchy, or whatever, or people with different backgrounds. This year, you're going to find like a higher understanding. Like, you're going to understand what the most important thing is within humanity. Like, I don't know, it's deep. It's very deep. It's all about like what loyalty truly looks like and not what it shows you to be, if that makes sense. Yeah. Mm. Very specific for some of you. You may have like a Sagittarius mother, sister, son, child. Like there is something connected to Sagittarius energy, but there is also a need to, I don't know, maybe it talks about saving, needing to save actually is what I'm hearing. This one is a little bit weird energy with all these pentacles in the ninth house, but then the Queen of Pentacles reversed and the Page of Pentacles reversed. I'm trying to kind of like get a grip on that. And then we have the Page of Cups. So maybe you are a mother yourself or your father yourself, and like your children or the people in your family might have like different ideas, different beliefs or wanting to travel, but there is some sort of restriction there. There's like either you restricting them because you don't want them to like spend that money, or there is this little restrictive type of energy to not see beyond the family dynamics. There is something strange. I don't know if I'm able to really explain that energy, but that's kind of like what I'm getting through here. It's, yeah. We will see a little bit deeper into the extended. Okay, like give me some moment, because this is not an easy spread. So sometimes I'm like, okay, that's quite difficult. And improvising this is definitely not easy. Trust me. And no, you cannot chat GPT this beforehand. Like that's impossible. Absolutely impossible. You can do it actually now, but it's not like 78 cards, 12 houses. Like you will be like a million times away from doing that. The 10th house, the career, we've got a suspension and some sort of delay here. Okay, for some of you, you maybe get pregnant this year is what I'm also getting for some of you. So there could be like some maternity leave here. There could be a period where you need to take a break from what you're doing, whether that is forced or whether that is like you having a burnout. Okay, there is some sort of burnout. Oh, absolutely. Look, there was a Four of Swords actually at the bottom as well. I didn't see it, but I felt a burnout coming. And then we have the Seven of Cups. So either some sort of contract doesn't go your way, or there is some sort of changes within your career field that kind of like, in a good way, forces you to take a break, not go through that burnout and explore other options. Okay, like there is still a lot more for you to gain. Don't stay stuck in a situation where you feel like you're not moving forward on the ladder. It's all about new perspectives and allowing the changes to happen by releasing yourself to the divine. Okay, like if something is not going in your way this year in terms of your career, there is a reason for that. And rather than staying stuck on that energy field, it's better to open yourself up to see what else could be possible for you. Okay, the 11th house, we have the Six of Swords and the Queen of Cups. Make sure that you truly detach yourself from people that, because we got the Six of Swords with the Queen of Cups, right? Like the Six of Swords is all about like mental peace, detachment, going a little bit your own path, finding peace. And when it's coped with the Aquarius energy of like friendships and group activities and all of that, It just simply means that there are probably people around you, Virgo, that don't understand you emotionally, or that come from a place of like hurting you or damaging you in a way that hurts your feelings. So within this energy, you are being asked to do things on your own that really fulfill your emotions. Let's say, for example, you constantly do things that your friends like to do, but whenever you say like, hey, let's do this, it's something that you like, and they're just like bashing on it, like, nah, and this and that. And that's like, okay, you can kind of like go along with that until your soul says like, okay, you know what, I need to really be rebellious. Okay, like you need to do things that really are aligned with you and not just with the group. And that's what you're going to learn this year. In the 12th house, oh, nice. We've got the Wheel of Fortune, the High Priest, the Hierophant, and the High Priestess. Okay, that's like the priest and the priestess. So that's like the highest couple when it comes to spirituality within the tarot. So that could be either with a Pisces, it's your opposite energy. So that could definitely be a very spiritually bonding commitment that you are going to be facing. There are a lot of destined energies that are going to take place on a spiritual level for you around the sorry, sometimes I just need to breathe. Okay, I just need to breathe and drink some water. Hold on. So destined events are going to take place on a spiritual level as well as in relationship. For you, there is a soulmate connection that I am seeing. Now, this soulmate could be love, but it could also be in other terms. It means that you and a specific energy are going to be connecting and releasing some sort of past karma, past life karma, releasing and evolving from a subconscious fear battle into a more like anchored connection. This is going to be very deep, okay? Like a very distant, very deep, very intuitive and spiritual connection that is facing you. Again, it could be a Pisces, it does not have to be, but it's definitely an energy of renewed faith, absolutely. Destined events, changes on a spiritual level, but changes for the better. Like you cannot get a higher court cards than the High Priestess and the Hierophant. Okay, they're very respected. For some of you, you might be going into more like yogi teachings, or you might become a teacher and a healer yourself, together with a partner. Now that could be in love, but it could also be just like someone that you have like shared values with, and both of you will be able and managing a newfound perspective in spirituality that you will be teaching. Kind of like proud of how I went through this. So please make sure to drop a like and just have some respect, because this is absolutely not an easy spread. I'm going to tell it. It might sound easy, but trust me, it's not. The Page of Swords and the Five of Pentacles. Be mindful and careful of people that are talking to you from a victimhood mentality, or are acting towards you as if you are a victim, like that victimhood mentality. Gossipers, stay away from them. And I feel like that's what you already have managed. This is like another phone call, like an emergency call here, saying be careful of who you allow to see your deepest secrets or pain or traumas, because some people take advantage of that. Some people twist that around to their own narrative. Some people are not always emotionally capable to have empathy for what you go through. So you may say something that's been traumatic or painful or some sort of emotional release, but they will kind of like switch that around as in like, oh, that person is being like the victim or something. Like, there is something that's being changed and reformed around you that makes you feel a little bit left out in the cold, but at the same time, you were never meant to sit on the table with them anyway, okay? Because these are people that are only gossiping. They don't have a life, and they kind of like want you to, step back down, and could be constantly like reopening wounds that you don't need to be having reopened. Tower, exactly. This is quite a, I feel like this is the reason that you making all these changes in your whole, 12 houses energy. The Tower is all about like releasing yourself from either being put in a victimhood mentality, being in a victimhood mentality, or no more seeing it as a loss to be not a part of a group of people that only tend to, gossip or change the narratives of a situation. Moving forward with clarity, emotional security, and abundance. Chariot. Right, that's what I have for you for now, my lovely Virgos. I hope that this reading gave you some insights. Make sure to come back around in the middle of the year, or like whenever you want. This also goes for the months, okay? And I will go a little bit deeper into that in the extended, because it's a very impactful reading. So yeah, let's say the first house is Aries. So in the Aries season, you will be also able to experience this lesson, so you can drag that through the whole year, and so on and so on. So let's go into that depth, and I'll see you later. Take care.